Can you, obviously it's a new show, so
Yes.
can you introduce us to
Containment?
Yes.
Okay, so
And your character.
And my
yeah.
character. Okay, so Containment is about a deadly virus that breaks out in Atlanta, and they have to set up a urban quarantine. So friends, families, lovers, and it's done very rapidly and apparently out of nowhere. So friends, lovers, families, all of it, they're torn apart. What's supposed to be 48 hours perhaps turns into much longer, 40 hours, 8 hours of weeks and months. We don't know. And I played Jana. She's a data recovery specialist, grew up in group homes with her best friend Susie, who also works with her as the receptionist at the BitScan. And she has done very well for herself, but she keeps people at arm's length for the most part because of her troubled childhood. She just has this baggage that she carries around with her, and she tries to fight that, but it's there. And she's in a relationship with Lex, who's a police major for the Atlanta PD. He's played by David Jesse, and they're supposed to move in together, and she has a bit of a panic attack that she's done many times before.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times exactly. And he walks out. She's a little bit angry, and then of course she goes to work, and then she has a change of heart, decides to move in with him. But of course, at the same time, all of this disease is happening, and then there's the quarantine. She gets stuck on the inside, he's on the outside. So,
Is it a cautionary tale of indecision and
yes,
security?
make up your mind. Go to therapy. Yeah, it's just what happens in our. It's human, and that's what's so beautiful. Is just these relationships and these stories that everyone can really relate to in one way or the other.
Do you think she will turn to Jake because he's in the containment as well, or what will be her support structure?
That's a good question. I think she has to. She's her own support structure. That's the thing. She does everything alone, and so she starts to survive alone. She's able to outsmart getting the virus for a while, hopefully forever. And then eventually people start to need her, and she starts to need other people, which is not, she doesn't like that feeling. And I think her arc is going to be learning how to let people in as she has to make these hard decisions and to care for people and to help people over time. And I am not sure how it's going to work out with Jake, because I know he's in the hospital, he's got 2 children, and everyone in the hospital. I think I'm sure there's going to be some interplay for sure, but I think her story is to learn how to let herself need people and let other people need her. Yeah.
Can you talk a little about working with Julie Fleck and how hands-on she's been?
She's amazing. Julie Fleck is one of the most creative, down-to-earth, loving people I've ever met in the business, and super creative. Yeah. So yeah, she's hands-on in the sense that you can approach her and talk to her about character and story. She gives really honest feedback. She lets, if I have a question or maybe I think, is Jana kind of like this, is how I see her. She's really open to working with that with me. Same with David Nutter as well. And so she was on set every day, giving great feedback to David and then to us, and has a way of simplifying it. And she's not afraid to throw out her own writing if it's not in service of what's happening in the moment in the story. And she just makes it so much richer like that. Like she's a creative genius.
I cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, what do you think the biggest challenge? Because she works with data instead of working with people.
Yeah.
So is that going to come into play at all in her work abilities, or is it going to be more just her trying to transition to work with people?
I don't know. That's a great question. I think in terms of if we're going to go with who we know her to be, she will probably try to get just lost in her work until hoping that they're going to end this quarantine. Okay, 48 hours go by. We're still here. What's going on? And then eventually, yes, it's going to be her transitioning into working with people. I mean, that's why she has that job. She gets to work alone. It's quiet. She relies on herself. It's something that she can control. And this is completely out of her control.
How would you handle life in quarantine?
I don't know, and I think that's what the beauty of this show is. And what I love is that gray area of morality. And you never really know. You may have a bunch of ideas and beliefs of who you think you are, or you even know yourself to be, until you're actually faced with something you don't know. And I love that. I love that discovery, I guess, and also maybe you'd like to think that you would be the hero, that you would take care of other people and step up, but then, you're faced with something, your own survival, mortality, and maybe you don't, maybe you can't, and that's okay too, because maybe later you will. Who knows?
Have you seen the Belgian series?
Just the pilot. I just wanted to get a feel.
Yeah.
Well done.
Do you think that you want to see the rest of it before you
I want to be surprised. Yeah, and also we're doing our own thing as well. So I don't want to be influenced in any way. Yeah.